Welcome to Huddle Up, where founders of Huddle for Success, Mark Bruce and Duane Gibbs, come to you every Wednesday and Friday with a quick segment to keep you informed, engaged, and motivated. Now let's huddle up.
How do you know if you're truly stuck or just in a season of plateau? Welcome to Huddle Up. I'm your host, Duane Gibbs, alongside the Hall of Famer, my partner, Mark Bruce, where we come to you each and every Wednesday and Friday with a quick mindful thought. So let's huddle up. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Duane. How you doing?
Good afternoon, should I say?
Well, it just turned out. It just turned afternoon, didn't it?
Yes, it did. Yes, everything good today?
Yeah, having a good day.
That's good. That's good. So today's topic, we wanted to jump in, and the topic that we want to talk about today is how do you know if you're stuck? And so how do you know if you're truly stuck or in a season of plateau? Today, we're going to dive into a question that every successful person asks themselves at some point, and more importantly, what's the first step of being able to break through that? And so let's hit on it.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, every person who's experienced and even the most driven people hit a wall from time to time. You're working hard, but you don't feel that spark anymore. You start wondering, hey, am I actually making progress or am I just spinning my wheels? That's where confusion comes in. Am I stuck or am I just temporarily paused before the next breakthrough? Well, we talk about that in our playbook for life that you can go to huddleforsuccess.com and download for free if you'd like. But we talk about it and we say, hey, you're stuck when your actions don't align with your vision. You always want your actions to align with your ultimate goal. A plateau, on the other hand, that's just a part of the process. We don't always know all the steps we're going to take to get where we're going. So we can hit a plateau from time to time, but as long as we are making action steps, we can get there.
That's good. That's real good.
So, Napoleon Hill calls the process a test of persistence. A plateau is often just a signal that you got to keep pushing through, kind of like Thomas Edison. He took him 10,000 tries to create the light bulb.
He tried something once or twice, huh?
Yes, he did. But he persistently took steps every time he learned something, and he took steps to get to the final thing that I'm so glad we have light bulbs.
Yeah. Can you imagine, whether it was Ray Kroc with McDonald's or Bill Gates with Microsoft? I mean, if they just failed the first time, I mean, we all have gotten stuck, whether it's in our day-to-day life or it's in our business or even at our job. We just don't throw up our hands and walk away, and we try to get unstuck in some progress.
Yep, absolutely. My mentor, Bob Proctor, he always says being stuck kind of comes from your paradigms. It's your old mental programming that holds you back. You get thinking in the way that you've thought all your life. So if you find yourself procrastinating or doubting or repeating the same patterns, then you're stuck.
That's good.
If you're still taking steps towards your goal, you're just plateauing. So here's how I've figured out that there's some simple steps to break you free. The first thing you've got to do, you've got to be aware. You've got to ask yourself, am I doing today and what I'm doing today moving me towards my worthy goal? Then you've got to make a decision to decide that you're going to move forward, even without knowing all the answers. Sometimes, people have to know exactly what they're going to do, and that's not always possible. Sometimes just taking an action will lead you back to the proper direction, and that's the third step: take action. Take one small step at a time. That breaks the old pattern. You have to take movement. That's how momentum begins.
Yeah. So I would say today's takeaway would be, a plateau isn't failure. I mean, you cannot look at it as failure. You have to look at it as it's preparation. Being stuck is a mindset. And the good news is it's a complete mind shift. And so when you find yourself stuck, it's just a mind shift away of being able to get back on track and get focused. And so, love the topic today. Think it's something, food for thought to think of next time you're stuck, and change your mind shift a little bit. Hey, we appreciate you watching this episode. We come to you each and every Wednesday and Friday. Check us out on our Huddle for Success every Monday. We have a 45-minute segment. Also, go to huddleforsuccess.com, get your playbook for life. It's free. We've had overwhelming response from everybody, from business owners to individuals that we know, and just sending it out to people that we felt that we have learned from over the years and have inspired us in some way and have overwhelming reviews. I hope you enjoy it. Like, share, comment. Love to hear your comments, and we will see you next week. Stay huddled up.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of Huddle Up, where we come to you every Wednesday and Friday. Like, share, and subscribe, and follow us on YouTube and on social media. If you find this information helpful, share this with someone that you know. We'll see you next time on Huddle Up.